Today on my RC, I start my first scale project. I build a bench seat for my Trailfinder 2 so that Marty has a place to plant his behind. So here you can see that I've been running Marty just on top of a touring car tire, and I decided to use some of the packing foam that came in the kit from the Trailfinder 2 to fashion a magnet mounted bench seat. Here I'm just kind of cutting it to size and making it fit best for Marty. I cut the back at a 45-degree angle so that the top can nestle in with the bottom against the front of the battery pack. The touring car tire worked okay to hold Marty in place, but I think a bench seat's a little bit more appropriate. It's a lot more scale, that's for sure. Here you can see me test fitting Marty. I end up not even having to use the zip tie to hold them in. A project like this requires lots of test fitting, so be prepared to pull that body on and off over and over and over and over again. With the bottom seat foam cut and shaped to size so that Marty fits in the way he's supposed to, I start to fabricate the back of the bench seat by using some of the plastic packing material that came in the Trailfinder 2 kit for its 90 degrees, and a couple other shapes later on as I actually ended up making a full floor pan for this car. Using my carefully calibrated eyeball method, I mark up the plastic to show where I'm going to make the cuts to make everything fit the way I'd like it to. I just use my Lexan scissors to cut the plastic. Here I'm cutting the foam to give it a nice radius across the front of the top of the bench seat, slitting it so that the plastic can fit in there. Here you can see it fits right over all of my wires for my lighting kit. Seems like it's going to be pushing out Marty's back to where he's supposed to be in the cab. So I just used some double-sided sticky tape to hold magnets to the bench mount and to the truck body, making this easy to remove to getting access to my lighting kit wiring plugs. That one specifically goes up to my light bar. Here's another little test fit. You can see that it pushes Marty up front, holds him securely, and he's sitting pretty in that truck now. So, with a little trip to the local Mexican party shop, I picked up a little bit of Serapa. They actually have miniature Serapa blankets there. And I always like the look of Serapa covered seats in off-road and rat rod trucks and cars, so that's what I decided to cover the bench with. And here I'm literally wrapping up the bottom of the bench seat with the Serapa, and then I just secure that with a little bit of shoe goo after trimming it to size. Here you can see the magnets that I've shoe gooed onto the foam that just grab onto some screws on the floor pan, holding the bench in place. Here you can see how well it fits with that battery. And this is the foam from the packing material again from the Trailfinder 2 that I used to construct the rest of the back of the bench. It has a nice arch in it that really represents the front of a bench seat. So to start the upholstery on the back, I put the glue on the edge of the plastic that's going to get inserted into the slot, start gluing the Serapa at that edge, and then I insert that edge into the foam and glued it all together. And I glue, here I'm gluing the base of the back, or the bottom portion of the top of the bench seat to the rest of it. I wrap the Serapa around it and then just glue it to the back. Love the stuff. It is so useful in the RC world. Everything from hanging taillights, LED kits, to doing body repairs on polycarbonate, and apparently scale upholstery. Here I'm wrapping it all the way around and getting it glued on and trying not to spread any of the shoe goo that I got on my fingers onto the rest of the blanket. And there's the upper portion of the bench. Alright guys, so that's how I made my bench seat in my RC 4-wheel drive Trailfinder 2. The only thing I had to purchase was the Serapa and the shoe goo. I just used the packing material from the Trailfinder 2 shipping container, and that's it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that bell so you can catch all the rest of the action, and catch you next time on my RC channel. Peace!